Hey friends, Doug Addison here. It's Thursday, June 7th, 2018, and I've got a prophetic word that I want to get out to you. But you know what's going on right now is I release my prophetic words every month, the first Wednesday of the month, and that was last night, and it's on my Spirit Connection webcast. And in case you haven't seen it, I bring out the details of maybe the prophetic words you might read on my website or Elijah List around the internet. You can catch those live and they have a lot more impact than just the written word. And so last night I did release that, and it was just a powerful time that you want to check out. But I want to release this piece of the word that's in there. Now this is the details of the prophetic word. I'm trying to pull it up in front of me. Excuse me, I had the wrong notes. But here we go. Here's the deal. God is going to break you out of prisons. And the people have, been in the prisons of different things, maybe just feeling held back or feeling restrained. But the Lord spoke to me. Psalm 142:7. You're going to want to write this down and get it in front of you and begin to pray it in. Decree this. Set me free from my prison that I may praise your name, and then the righteous will gather about me because of your goodness to me. Many people have been in a time of limitation, maybe even feel trapped. Might be sickness, fear, doubt. Maybe you don't know what to do next, gone through some difficult times. But the Lord is issuing orders from heaven for the release of you. You just have to grab hold of this and pray it in. The release of people who are in prison, and some of them, many of you right now listening to me, came out of a previous season of your life that needs to be removed, where you got to just get set free and go into another. Others are getting attacked right now because of your calling. You have a calling to be part of the new revival. You have a calling to something new, so the enemy's trying to hold it down. Satan has been working overtime to try to get you to quit. But listen, if you're listening to me right now, guess what? He didn't succeed. Even though you may feel like you failed, the Lord is going to use all of these times and seasons. Think about right before Joseph in Genesis 40 and 41. He was in prison. He had a great call of God on his life. He had these dreams, and he went into a time of prison right before. He was called out to go influence the entire world to help save Israel, actually. And he was able to interpret the dream of Pharaoh and get the strategy of the Lord. But there's a bunch of prisons, but there was 3 that the Lord told me that to pray over people. And 3 prisons: the prison of the past, the prison of pain, and the prison of unforgiveness. Now these are so important because as you get released from the past, God's going to align you with the people for the present, and that's going to help you because this is part of that word from Psalm 142:7, where he says, then the righteous will gather around me. There's going to be people gather around you, and the Lord's going to give you the goodness of the Lord's going to start to come. That's favor. That's going to be finances and things going to be released to you. So the release of the prisons right now. So if you want to go check this out, DougAddison.com, and you just click on my Spirit Connection webcast, and we have the replay up right now. I also talked more about the fact of 9 months ago. I've been saying this last month too. 9 months ago, last month, the Lord started doing things in August of last year. This is happening again right now. It is June 2018. No matter when you're listening to this, it doesn't matter. God's outside of time. You can grab hold of it. But 9 months ago from June was Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah. It was September. And tell you, right, this is the time where God's going to birth what he released during that time over you. And that's the time of year. It's a Jewish, both the Jewish New Year, and it's also the Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, where God releases things over us. They're going to begin to birth and there's going to be repayment plans. And I saw going on right now, I had lost this encounter from October 5th, 2017. I didn't lose it on my journal. I have so many encounters I can't even keep up with them. I don't know what happened with this one, but it never made it anyway. It never made it out on Spirit Connection, never made it into my blog. It was a really important one because it was October 5th, 2017. It was just a few days after Yom Kippur. It was during the Feast of Tabernacles when God releases things. And excuse me, I'm so excited about it because God is doing this right now. And this was a time of I think it was the Isaiah 62 gate began to open, and the Lord began to proclaim the road of righteousness. You got to listen to it because I'm not going to release it in writing. I don't think. I'll probably just keep it on video. But check that out along with the prayer because God's positioning us right now. Also, what was going on is that the books in heaven are being balanced right now. And what that means is that Jesus tells a parable. He says when a king went to settle his accounts, he balanced the books and he went and forgave a guy of his debt of $1 million. And then that person turned around and did not forgive the debt of someone who owed him $1. And this is a time, I want to say, that the Lord's balancing the books right now. He's looking at our lives to see if we have these areas of unforgiveness and things going on. So you'll want to grab hold of this because this is going to position you for what's going on right now. But just to release that, just want to release those prisons, whatever your prison is, the prison of the past, prison of pain, prison of unforgiveness. We just give that to you, Lord. I pray right now for those who are stuck in the past, those who need a boost right now, who have been stuck with unforgiveness because of bad things that have happened and not understanding why there's such a good God who would allow bad things to happen. Listen to me. Those bad things happening are not from God. They are from the enemy of your soul and trying to kill us, trying to hold you down. You got to get that straight. But Lord, release this right now. Release us from these prisons. Give us more revelation, because that's what the Lord said. The word for June is revelation that's going to come. He's going to reveal and heal. And there's a time of healing. Boy, he's going to reveal the things that the enemy has been hiding from you to get you set free. So I'm really excited about that. Again, DougAddison.com. Click on the webcast, and I'll be releasing this as well this week in a prophetic word, but won't be as quite robust as what the webcast is every month. Also, I have a new 2-hour training coming this month because of what the Lord revealed to me 2 years ago. And it was 2 years ago, June 12th, 2016. I was praying that morning. I have an assignment to pray. And I was praying that morning. And it was the morning of the most tragic shooting in Florida history. It was the Pulse nightclub massacre. 49 people died in it. It was just so tragic. And let me just tell you the story. What happened is before I even knew about it, a little bit later that morning, I began to pray. Actually, it was during that time. That shooting had already happened because I'm on the West Coast. And it was a few hours after the shooting had taken place. But the Lord took me into a time of prayer. He gave me prayer strategies to begin to speak that mass shootings would not manifest. And then happened later that day, right by my house, like a mile and a half from my house in Santa Monica, California, a man was pulled over in a car from Indiana who was on his way to the Gay Pride Day to shoot as many people as he could. And he had a bunch of guns in his car, but it was stopped. And the Lord said this, June 12th, 2016, he said, what happened, he said that God gave me, he gave me a mandate. He says, I want you to teach people to do what you do, and we can stop this terrible outburst of fear and terror. The enemy's trying to bring fear and terror. He's trying to bring it, just not just in shootings, it's everywhere. Trying to get it so that you won't interact on the internet, because God wants to bring a revival on the internet, so that you won't interact in public, so that you get pulled up. The enemy is doing this, fear and terror, and we can break this. And he gave me a mandate and a strategy then to stop these things. Now, 2 years later, it's taken me 2 years to develop and get released by the Lord to do it. And he told me, it's now time. And we're doing an online workshop called Disarming Difficult Times, Passionate, Positive, and Powerful Prayer. Listen, this is not just about prayer. Don't get this wrong. This is war. This is not just about, learning to be an intercessor. Maybe you don't feel called. Oh no. This is taking back what was stolen from you. It's not just for intercessors. It's for anyone who's suffered losses, who is tired of turning on the news and hearing about another tragedy. I've seen storms turn back during my prayer times. I have seen strategies over countries change during my prayer times. One of them was a prayer assignment. The Lord gave me a strategy to pray for North Korea. And now look, we're seeing something happen that has never happened before in history. Listen, it was from a prayer strategy standpoint. And the Lord wants to do this over you, change your finances, everything. And then when I got this prayer strategy, June of 2016, I was still sick. I am now, I would say 95%, almost 100% healed now. I got the strategy on how to get healed. And this is what I'm talking about. We're going to be doing this June 23rd, 10 a.m. to noon. The space is limited, so you want to sign up now. It's $37, and it won't open till tomorrow on Friday. But if you're a partner with our ministry, you receive a 10% discount, by the way. If you want to become a partner, just go to DougAddison.com/give. And that's people who partner every month. I do a mentoring video once a month for our partners. And you get the insider stuff, plus you get to be put on my prayer list. I have the names of the partners. I lay hands on them. I pray as I go into the courts of heaven every day. Our partners and our students, my team, my household, I call them. So you can check that out, DougAddison.com/give. You can give one time or become a partner with us because of what we do around the world. I'm so excited. Guess what? Next week, next week I'm going to be releasing a new free ebook. This is the best one I've ever done. It's 4 powerful keys to change your life. And it's packed with it's packed with power, basically, is 4 keys that changed my life. And I want to put those into practice and give you the 4 keys to change your life as well. So remember DougAddison.com, and I'm excited for what's coming. Don't be discouraged right now. Enemy wants to get you discouraged. He wants to get you out of time with the Lord, but he's going to break through. We're going to see a breakthrough, and stay with it. All right, God bless you. Hope you have a great weekend.